This is Hayes Q Jones, your DVD and Blu-ray baller on a budget, and this is HQ Videos for you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a current subscriber, what's up? You're greatly appreciated. Come on in, make yourself at home. You know the routine. This week for my pickup video takes me back to Goodwill. Actually found a Blu-ray that I was looking forward to add to my collection. This old school DVD set. Have my Kino Lorber pick, have an out-of-print Blu-ray with John Leguizamo, my Warner Brothers Archive Classic pick, my 3D pick, so I have some bangers in here. But before I get into what I picked up, and not only do I collect movies, yes, I'm one of these weird, wild individuals. I actually watch them. And on a weekly basis, I like to share some of the things I've watched, either streaming on the Fire Stick, actual physical media, or live in the theater with my family. And I'm going to kick it off with some physical media. My first pick is a 2007 horror thriller, and I consider it a little bit of sci-fi, The Death of Ian Stone. This was directed by Dario Piana, produced by Stephen Christian, written by Brendan Hood. This stars Mike Vogel, Jamie Murray, Christian Cole, Michael Feast, Charlie Anson. The plot behind this: Death tells the story of an all-American guy who was murdered each day by horrifying pursuers, only to wake up in slightly different lives to experience the terror of being murdered again. And this is part of the After Dark Horror Fest series, the 8 films to die for. Great low-budget horror films. It kind of gives me a low-budget Dark City feel. Not quite as visually stunning though, but cool storyline. Not necessarily what you expect though, but very cool. I like to say science fiction horror thriller. So if you like that, if you like the After Dark Horror Fest series, definitely check out The Death of Ian Stone. My next pick is a 2014 crime drama thriller, Cymbeline. This is directed and written by Michael Amariata, produced by Ashley Bearden. This stars Ethan Hawke, Ed Harris, Mia Jovovich, John Leguizamo, Penn Bagley. The plot behind this: war erupts between the dirty cops and outlaw bikers as a drug kingpin tries to protect the empire. And I actually got this online with one of those buy 2 get 3 free deals, so I need an extra movie. This is a blind buy, and it's kind of one of the reasons why I don't look too deep into a movie before I watch it, because if I find out more about it, I might not watch it. Perfect example. I didn't realize that Cymbeline is actually a Shakespearean play, and within the first minute, the dialogue is all Shakespeare, which I didn't expect. And I've hated Shakespeare since I was in high school. I think the language is over the top, too flowery. It's almost like a foreign language. However, the plot line, you can pretty much follow. The language or the Shakespearean dialogue, after a while, you kind of assimilate to it though. The plot was actually a decent plot. I took on the Shakespearean language kind of like I took on some of the rap groups in the 90s, particular Das Effect and Camp Lo. You don't necessarily know every word that they're saying, but you kind of get what they're saying. And that's how I kind of took this. So the ending was extremely ratchet. It was kind of like a Jerry Springer episode, how it ended though. But overall, not a bad movie. So if you can actually tolerate the Shakespearean dialogue and get into the plot, it's not a bad movie. So if you like Shakespeare, or if you like a decent plot movie like the actors Ed Harris, Leguizamo, Jovovich, Ethan Hawke, definitely check out Cymbeline. My next pick, and that was a physical media pick, my next pick is something I watched streaming on Netflix. This is a 2026 American action thriller, The Rip. This is directed, written by Joe Carnahan, produced by Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Danny Bernfield, and Luciana Damon. This stars Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Stephen Yeun, I think from The Walking Dead, Tiana Taylor, the performer, Sasha Vizcaye, Catalina Sandino Moreno, Scott Atkins, and Kyle Chandler. And Moreno is one word. The plot behind this: when Captain Jack Velez of the Miami-Dade Police Department is murdered, suspicion falls on her specialized unit, the Tactical Narcotics Team. Amid rumors of crooked cops robbing drug houses, her second-in-command, Lieutenant Dane Dumars, received a tip about an address in Hialeah and leases fellow detectives J.D. Byrne, Mike Rowe, Numa Baptiste, and Lolo Salazar to search the house for illicit money. When asked how much money, Dumars tells each team member a different number. And this is actually based on a real life story down in Miami-Dade area, though. Not a bad movie. I'm not a huge Ben Affleck, Matt Damon fan, but I like their movies. Decent action, great suspense, little plot twist. I kind of figured out what's going on probably halfway through the movie, though, but not a bad movie. So if you like Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, real life crime stories, definitely check out The Rip. My last pick is something I actually saw in the theater, as you can see here. This is the 2025 American epic science fiction film, Avatar: Fire and Ash. It's directed, written by James Cameron, also produced by James Cameron. This stars Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Sigourney Weaver, Stephen Lang, Una Chaplin, Kate Winslet. The plot behind this: shortly after settling in the Medcaina, Jake Sully and his family grieve over Netayam's death. Neytiri has developed hatred toward humans. When the fleet of flying merchant ships arrive, Jake and Neytiri decide Spider must leave the Medcaina and return to the human scientist camp, but the family will accompany him for the trip. And that's how the movie starts. First of all, I saw this in laser 3D as opposed to the real 3D. This is my first time watching laser 3D. Blew me away. Fantastic looking picture. It was like watching a 3D movie in 4K at 60 frames per second. Great action, visually stunning, great pop-outs, great depth to the movie. The movie was 3.5 hours long, but it went by so quickly. Probably one of the best, this is the best 3D movies I've seen. Fantastic 3D movie. Again, as far as the actual movie itself, the plot, decent plot, great action, great suspense. I believe it's lined up for part 3. They didn't end it on a cliffhanger though, but you can kind of see how it could be perpetuated to a third movie. So, love the movie. Only negative thing that I'm being nitpicky about it: some of the CGI, some of the characters looked a little waxy, a little plasticky though, but that's just being kind of a nitpick asshole about it though. Overall, the movie was great. I do have some qualms about the actual theater. This is the Brandon Regency Theater in Brandon, Florida. As soon as we go to the theater, this theater right here, not this one, but the Laserdisc theater, you have a dank smell of like slightly mildewed carpet. The seats were so close together, I couldn't really move my feet without accidentally kind of clipping the person ahead of me, in front of me. And the seats didn't recline. They rocked like maybe an inch or two. So Brandon Regency, you need to upgrade your game a little bit as far as the movie, as much as you pay for tickets. So yeah, you need to upgrade the studio a little bit though. But overall, great movie. Now, that's what I watched for the week. Without further ado, sit back, relax, have a drink, have a smoke, and I'll catch you on the other end of this video. back at the Black Cave. Back at the Black Cave. We are back at the motherfucking Black Cave. Have my pickups here from Goodwill, along with my classic pick from Warner Archives, my 3D pick. I have a Kino Lorber collectible, out of print Blu-ray. Just have some bangers in here. Let me get these situated, and I'll get you good people on your way. Hold on. All right, just gonna jump right into what I picked up at Goodwill. First, we have Don the Dragon, triple play, Forced to Fight, better known as Blood Fist 3, Die Trying, Blood Fist 4, and Black Belt. And this is a New Horizons release. And I believe one or two of these is available for Blu-ray on Hamilton Book, which I might pick up maybe if they drop the price a little bit lower. And for all you who aren't familiar with Don the Dragon, he was kind of like a B-list, C-list, straight to DVD, straight to VHS action hero. I believe he was actually a kickboxing champion though, but entertaining, kind of cheesy action movie. So if you like that, you'll like Don the Dragon. And paid a whopping $4.18 for 3 movies. Lastly, to add to my Tyler Perry collection, I have Boo the first one. This is Boo 2. I believe it's a Lionsgate release, if I'm not correct. Yes, Lionsgate's release. $6.18, a little bit more than I normally like to pay for used movies, specifically Blu-rays, but it was still cheaper than getting it online. So these are the two that I picked up from Goodwill. Next, we have my eBay and Amazon pickups. First, we have Euro Trip, and this is kind of a silly, maybe watered down Porky's version, kind of I don't say teenage, young 20, teenage, college age comedy. American Pie goes to Europe. And this is a Paramount release. Next, we have Hellboy, Ready to Raise Hell. I don't like David Harbour as much as I like Ron Perlman. And I know they have the makeup on. They essentially look the same though, but just Ron Perlman has like a different presence to me. Love the voice, and just he has a different swag. Didn't really particularly care for this one though, but it's still not a bad movie though. But Ron Perlman, wish would have kept him as Hellboy. And this is another Lionsgate release. Hellboy, and just a Blu-ray. Next, very cool suspense crime thriller, the unrated version of Derailed. You have Clive Owen, Jennifer Aniston, Exhibit, the rapper. You have RZA from the Wu-Tang. I believe that's Vincent Cassell. Very cool movie, very cool. Again, crime thriller, a nice little twist to it. This is a by Vivendi Miramax release. Miramax. Derailed. That's out of print. DOA, Pulse, Feast, Mist. I have those. Believe I have. I'm not sure if I have Crossover. I know I have 7 Swords. So, Derailed. Next, and let me get my Wesley Snipes. These are still in the wrappers. Hold on. Okay, I'm back here. I have my Wesley Snipes, aka the Real Blade, my Billy Bob Thornton, my Sling Blade here. It's my Kino Lorber pick for the week. Nick Nolte, Mac Davis, North Dallas 40. Kind of a comedy sports film. It looks familiar. Almost looks like Danny Glover. I don't think that's Danny Glover though. I can get this out here. It's a Kino Lorber release. Standard Kino Lorber back. Standard disc cover. Kino Lorber, North Dallas 40. Next, my out of print pick, Spun with John Leguizamo, John Schwartzman, Brittany Murphy, Mickey Rourke. Very quirky movie. It's told from the perspective of someone that does some methamphetamine, so it's very bizarre camera work though, but very cool, different type quirky film, kind of like a dark comedy. Spun. I believe this is MGM. Samuel Godwin Mayer, so I'm assuming that's MGM. Spun. My classic pick for the week, Melinda with Calvin Lockhart. If you're somewhat familiar with black exploitation films, I believe he was Biggie Smalls and Uptown Saturday Night. I'm probably getting that mixed up with the other Bill Cosby, Sidney Poitier movie though, but very cool kind of murder mystery movie. Jim Kelly has a kind of a role in here. So again, if you like your black exploitation periods, love Calvin Lockhart. You also might know Calvin Lockhart from Predator 2. He was the Rastafarian there. Of course, he's much older. Warner Brothers Archive, Melinda. And my 3D pick for the week, Pushing the Limit, Extreme Climbing Adventures in the either Hubber or Hoover Brothers. I haven't checked this one out yet, so I can't tell you how the 3D is. But usually, I believe this was filmed in 3D, so usually these are pretty good if it was filmed in 3D, which I believe it is, or was. Pushing the Limit. And this is my Goodwill, eBay, Amazon pickups for the week. If you're familiar with the channel, this is where I separate the plastic from the disc and the artwork so I can make room for all these movies. One of these might actually make the shelf, so let me get these situated and get you good people on your way. Hold on. I have everything scanned into my CLZ Movies app. C is in Candyman, L is in Lady Coco, Z is in Zebrahead. Let's knock this out. I have everything laid out, ready to be put back in its proper place. As usual, I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in, leaving comments. If you made this far in the video, smash a like, give me the big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, go and subscribe. Make sure you share the video also. Make sure you check out my Saturday collection videos, same place, same time, every Saturday. Other than that, may the best of your past be the worst of your future. Everyone, please be safe. Deuces.